This video is about the impact of the Tesla effect on the platinum group metals, platinum, palladium, and rhodium. Platinum group metals are known as PGMs. PGMs are among the most critical metals that support our health and well-being. This is due to two reasons. First, the electronic properties of the PGMs cannot be duplicated by any other less expensive or more effective substitution, and second, the PGMs are very rare. The total annual production of all three combined does not exceed 500 tons, making them one of the most recycled industrial metals. The overwhelming use for these PGMs is as the active agents catalysts in automotive exhaust emission catalytic converters. In these converters, they catalyze the complete combustion of hydrocarbon fuels, gasoline, kerosene, diesel fuel, and the reduction of acid-forming nitrous oxides to inert nitrogen. Catalytic converters cannot function economically or efficiently without PGMs, and the rarity of the PGMs ensures that they are always in high demand. The current annual production for the US OEM automotive industry alone uses 200 MTA of PGMs for catalytic converters, which only accounts for 20% of global automobiles and trucks. China and Europe produce more cars annually than the US, and their use of them has caused a palladium shortage, driving up its price to more than double that of platinum, a historically unusual situation. The high demand for them by the US OEM automotive industry is due to the large proportion of large internal combustion engines ICEs used in North America for personal trucks, SUVs, and freight carriage. These ICEs require substantial exhaust emission catalytic converters to comply with increasingly stringent air pollution control regulations. Until recently, the European Union air pollution control regulations were thought to be being met by the use of diesel engines. Diesel, particularly the large ones used on freight vehicles, require a relatively large amount of platinum to manage their exhaust emissions. However, it has been discovered in the last 2 years that diesel engine's exhaust measurements were manipulated by manufacturers to give the appearance of exhaust emission compliance. This has resulted in a decrease in diesel sales in Europe, releasing enough platinum into the market to drop its price, even though it takes more palladium than platinum on a weight basis to manage the hydrocarbon exhaust of an ICE. This demand skew is expected to be temporary, and the price rises and price differentials among them are also seen as an artifact of the sudden interest by investors in doing a Tesla with them. The pricing of them, palladium and rhodium in particular, is increasingly divorced from their industrial value. And by increasing the cost of exhaust emission catalysts, they are helping to hasten the conversion of vehicular transport from dependence on ICEs to batteries. This will lower the principal demand for them, which will lower the price of them. The future use of platinum and palladium in fuel cells looks to be a bright spot, as they are expected to be the electric generators of choice for heavy freight carrying trucks that will utilize hydrogen to power the fuel cells. The most absurd investment vehicles firms are the 1 and 5 ounce certified bars of rhodium, the very rarest of them, being offered to investors. There is no agreed standard for rhodium purity, and even if there were, there is no other market for such bars other than the offer's guarantee to buy it back in the future for some price calculated by them as a market price. Rhodium bars have no industrial use other than as a feedstock for the production of catalytic converters, which are used to reduce emissions in automobiles. However, the demand for rhodium is not related to its use as a feedstock, but rather to its rarity and desirability as a precious metal. The fact that there is no agreed standard for rhodium purity makes it difficult to assess the true value of these bars, and the lack of a market for them outside of the offer's buyback guarantee raises serious questions about the liquidity of this investment. Furthermore, the market for rhodium is highly speculative and subject to rapid fluctuations, making it an unreliable source of long-term investment. The high cost of production and refining, combined with the lack of transparency in the market, makes it a prime target for fraud and counterfeiting. The fact that the certified bars are offered in 1 and 5 ounce sizes only adds to the absurdity, as it limits the utility of the investment for those who wish to diversify their portfolio. In conclusion, while the allure of investing in rhodium bars may seem appealing due to its rarity, it is important to be cautious and to thoroughly research the market and potential risks before making any investment decisions. It is generally recommended to seek out investment opportunities with a proven track record and transparency, rather than investing in obscure speculative markets with little to no regulation.